I've been getting calls from entrepreneurs all over the city who are telling me they're running out of cash. Their revenue has dried up. They're a restaurant that people aren't coming to anymore. They're a retail establishment that people decided was, I don't need to go buy gifts this week. And, 47% of small businesses in this country have less than 2 weeks of cash on hand at any given time. If you go into African American or Hispanic neighborhoods, that goes up to 93%.
A lot of people have been talking about the small businesses that have been hardest hit by the shutdown and the emergency orders that Governor Gretchen Whitmer has put out. And she said, look, I did not make these decisions lightly. So I wanted to bring in Ned Staebler. He's the CEO of TechDown. He's been on our show before. Ned, it's good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Christy. I appreciate it.
You're on the front lines. TechDown is an incubator and accelerator for small businesses. Go ahead and tell me some of the personal stories that you're hearing from business owners in Detroit right now.
Sure. And, people hear TechDown, they forget that we work with restaurants, coffee shops, barbershops, service, retail, all over the city. So we really are seeing the full gamut of people calling in. My phone, here's a pro tip for you that you don't need. When you issue a press release, don't put your cell phone on it as the contact point. I had to do that because my comms person literally had a baby on Tuesday morning. So while the press release was going out, which congratulations, beautiful, happy, healthy baby boy.
What a time though, huh?
What a time. So I've been getting calls from entrepreneurs all over the city who are telling me they're running out of cash. Their revenue has dried up. They're a restaurant that people aren't coming to anymore. They're a retail establishment that people decided was, I don't need to go buy gifts this week. And 47% of small businesses in this country have less than 2 weeks of cash on hand at any given time. If you go into African American or Hispanic neighborhoods, that goes up to 93%. So almost every small business in the city of Detroit is almost out of cash right now.
So at TechDown, you have started the Detroit Small Business Stabilization Fund, $5,000, looking for businesses that have less than 10 employees. Why target that?
So we got on the phone right away with the MEDC, the DEGC, Invest Detroit, the mayor's office at the city of Detroit, who all, by the way, have been great and really responsive. Local and state leadership has stepped up, and I'm really proud of them. Not surprised, because that's what Detroiters do, right? Detroiters hustle harder. So we got on the phone right away with them a week plus ago and said, hey, this is the need we're going to see. We know this is coming. What can you do? And what we heard is, we hear you. It's coming. It's going to take 3-4 weeks for us to put this in place because we need to raise the money. We need to get through the approval process and go through the bureaucracy. Well, we said, okay, we're going to help you out. We're going to partner with you. We're a nonprofit, so we can very quickly set up something. Believe me, a lot of folks in my team are saying, wait, we're a granting organization now? How does that work? We don't do that. And my response was, well, we didn't do that 2 weeks ago, but we do it now. So figure it out. And my team has been stellar in doing it. So we said, we're going to focus on the hardest hit, most vulnerable businesses right now until the cavalry can come. So this is a multi-layered approach. Invest Detroit, the DEGC, MEDC are coming. It still might be another couple, 2-3 weeks at the earliest for that money to hit the streets. So our fund is a way to keep them going for the next 2 to 3 weeks with $5,000, which doesn't sound like a lot of money, but if you're a business that does $100,000 a year in revenue, that's 2 or 3 weeks worth of revenue right there. So we're going to try to keep people going until the cavalry arrives.
So what are the parameters that the business owners need to know to be able to get this $5,000?
Right. So 10 or fewer employees. So we're really looking for the small businesses. We're no chains and franchises and things like that. If you're a local chain where you have 2 restaurants or something, we can talk about that. You got to be located in the city of Detroit. People keep asking, what about Hamtramck? What about Highland Park? What about Ferndale? Well, if I get more money, I will help more businesses. I will, we will adapt on the fly. And then finally, you have to be a low or moderate income business owner. So 80% of area median income, and that information is up on our website. And that's because we know that there are some businesses that are small businesses that are run by people as a second, source of income. No offense to Mitch Albom, his water ice business, not qualifying for this. We're going to try to hit people who really need the money.
All right, and how does this kind of work a little bit with the announcement coming from the state and the $20 million for small business from the Michigan Strategic Fund? How do you see that helping out just statewide as well, and some of the conversations that you're having with people around the state?
So that will be great. We've been talking to them for a while. I will say that my information on that fund is 48 hours old, which a couple of months ago I would have said that's brand new. Today that It might have changed drastically, but my
Mhm.
understanding is that that's going to be split up in two pieces. One is a grant program, one is a loan program. It's going to go, each one is going to go through locals, and that's also statewide. So, it's going to have to get split up all over the state. I hope Detroit and the Metro Detroit area gets the most of it because half the population is here,
Yeah.
but, we'll see. But it's bigger. 50 employees or less, maybe up to 100 on the loan side is what I'm hearing. Bigger amounts, 25 to 50,000, maybe 150,000 on the loan side, things like that. So it's going to come through locals. We are certainly talking to the DGC and Invest Detroit and the other CDFIs about jointly going after it. But we totally see that as complementary to what we're doing. In fact, I asked MEDC on Monday, do you want me to stop this? Do you want me to, what should we do? And they said, no, go ahead.
So please go ahead and triage really is what you're doing right now. How can people help if they do want to donate to the fund? And I know that you've got a couple of sources, Detroit versus everybody, Tommy Walker, they're going to be giving some of the proceeds from their sales, but how can people help out if they want to?
If you want to write checks directly, and I literally just saw one come through, somebody just gave us $10,000. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You can just save 2 Detroit small businesses. Techdowndetroit.org is our website. There's a donate tab in the big right corner, or techdowndetroit.org/donate if you're really tech savvy. If you're a small business owner, also go to techdowndetroit.org, big yellow banner that says, click here for more information about COVID-19. The very first thing on that page is the stabilization fund. It is hopefully by Friday afternoon, 3 to 5 p.m., we'll be getting up the application live.
Right.
And we're going to try to turn around those applications as quickly as possible to get money out the door by next week.
Give me kind of just what your big picture sense is. And I know, Ned, things are changing rapidly. They're changing by the hour. We haven't lived like this ever in our lifetime. How do you see what's happening right now impacting and changing our business from now on and going forward? We're doing things in our businesses that we never thought that we would have to do. What is your your big picture thoughts?
You didn't expect that you'd be broadcasting from your basement?
No, I'm actually enjoying it a little bit. I gotta say.
Hey, I put on pants for this interview, so
I like that. I like that. Desperate times, friend.
Exactly. So, and I'm not shaving. I'm going the COVID-19 beard.
I like
and
it.
I'm eating like I'm putting on the COVID 35. So
That's right.
there it is. So, look, we're going to change. There are a lot of things that a month ago we thought were completely impossible. Could the government write checks to individual people to help them? No, we can't do that. Well, today we're talking about doing that very seriously. Could we work from home? Could we provide paid sick leave to all of our employees? Apparently, yes, we can. So could we expand our social safety net to be even a fraction of what it is in a lot of other countries? All of those things, I think, will now be a part of the conversation. This is what I want to tell and make sure your viewers know. We're going to get through this. Listen to public health experts. Listen to real public health experts. So no offense to offense to the people in the White House. Stop telling us the untruth. Put the public health experts on there to tell us the truth. Social distance, stay home, don't go out if you don't need to, those kinds of things. And a month from now, we'll see this begin as a public health crisis to start to go down. As an economic crisis, we all have to stick in it together. Support your local businesses, buy gift cards. If you were going to spend money out, if you had someone come to clean your house, pay them anyway, because they still have to pay the bills, things like that. And we'll get through this together because we always do. And this too will pass.
All right. Hey, Ned, it's really good to see you. And thanks for the update and all the information. And we'll make sure that this gets out here. You be well, my friend, and I'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Christy.
Okay. Take care.
You can find more at onedetroitpbs.org or subscribe to our social media channels and sign up for our One Detroit newsletter.